story that I heard yesterday. Yeah, it goes the headlines, man. They all just go to plan. They're framed and fixed and rigged. You know they're all just spam. So buckle down, plug right in, and close its way under your skin. Just got out from the things they spout, and it won't make you shout. Give me that good news, because I'm tired of the same old shit. That good news, because I'm tired of the same old shit.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the grounds with Giles, Jones, and Slagle. And Kelsey's here today.
Good morning.
And a little bit of love to the show.
A little bit of love and probably a much better perspective. But Slagle is not here. Hopefully, we're going to be showing up soon. But hope everyone had a great week. We really appreciate you spending your time with us this morning to come on in and listen to, well, it used to be just two idiots talking about a lot of fun stuff. We still talk about a lot of fun stuff, but we got a lot more input from a lot more,
Right on.
intelligent people that make us some days look good, other days,
Much better. Of course, we want to get this taken care of. Good shout out to our friends over at Natural Therapy Wellness Center. 381-5891 something.
in the wrong studio.
385-819-8190. I don't know what we're doing. But if you're stressed, they'll help you be blessed. These guys, best of the Fox year after year after year. John and his team over there, just a house full of, when I say a house, it's their office.
It is an old house.
Full of licensed massage therapists. If you carry your stress between your shoulder blades, they'll get that out with a deep tissue massage, maybe hot stone, acupuncture, whatever. They are amazing. If you haven't in the last 30 days gotten a massage, do yourself a favor. Go get one over at Natural Therapy Wellness. Check them out at www.mchenrymassage.com. Also, our good friends over at JH Events and Flowers. JH Events and Flowers. If you have a she shed, if you have a he shed, if you have the need for any cool shit, they've got it. And today is $5 Friday. Two locations, one in Fox Lake, right across from the train station, the other right across from City Hall in McHenry there. Just stop in. Tell them you heard it right here on 216 Creator Studios. If you don't have $5, tell me you heard it here. Tom from Tom's Productions will take care of it.
And I mean, there's really honestly nothing better than, giving your significant other a nice $5 bouquet. It's nice, it's simple,
Right
it's
after,
easy, and it speaks.
right after giving them a massage. You want to talk about pampering somebody?
Wow. Hey, didn't
Might as
think
well go to
about that
K
one.
Jewelers after that.
Hey.
Whoa. We're trying to avoid the K Jewelers with the flowers. That's
Or
nice
your
to do.
store, either one.
Yeah.
I guess we can stop in at my store, but yeah, great.
Talk about a different massage. Hey, and there's Uncle Pete.
That's still a massage. I mean,
There's Uncle Pete. Uncle Pete, of course, has the link right there. Copy that, throw it up in your URL. Become part of this show. It's the best show out there.
oh yeah, it is.
And it's the most unique because we invite you to be part of this show. Totally unscripted. We don't know what we're talking about, but today, man, you're killing me, man. You're
we
killing
don't know
me.
what we're talking about.
You're
That's just
killing me.
life, isn't it? We don't know what you're
That's
going to
it.
do. I mean,
That's it. So you're killing me, man. Walk me through that. What's that about?
I don't know. We were chatting and you guys are like, you're killing me. I'm like, you guys are always killing me with the comments and stuff like that. I mean, you could use it in how many different ways. I mean, it's a good way. It's a bad thing, right? Like, quit telling me what to do. You're killing me. Or why are you giving me, busting my chops so much? You're killing me.
Well, you clean that up real fast, didn't you?
Well,
Busting my chops. Listen, here's people who know me and friends of the show. You've known me for a long time. We've been doing this. I've been behind the microphone for a long time, but I like to poke the bear. I like to create a little controversy. I like to get a rise. I love watching human reaction.
I think we called you a rebel rouser back in school.
And,
right?
and a lot of people be like, man, you're killing me, Jones. Man, you're killing me. What is it about there was a time growing up where we just busted everybody's balls. We rode you hard. It didn't matter. And it was out of love.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But now, man, you're killing me, Jones. It's like, I can't take it anymore. Please stop. why do you always do this? What happened to where did we go wrong? Where did it take a turn? Where did the toilet flush? Right? What is that? Is that this one?
Nope. He's looking. He's searching it over there.
Do we need to label him over there?
Yeah. Well, that's good enough. It's crickets anyway. Yeah. I mean, obviously. I mean, you and I had very similar,
Right.
childhoods, right? And that was the thing back then, right? If you weren't busting your buddy's chops,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, like I tell people, if I'm not busting your chops or teasing you, it means I probably don't like you. If I like you, same with all of us. If we're not teasing you, razzing the hell out of you,
Right.
and that was a term of endearment, or to let them know that you cared about them. Today, you say stuff like that, and people are just like,
But you can't do that today.
right? That's what I'm saying. They're like, what? Why?
Right.
Why are you busting my chops?
I mean, that's kind of like when he was talking about back in the day. I mean, my household, people thought we were military, but we weren't. It was just a tough love,
Right.
and it was like in a sense of
But that was love. That was how you
right.
showed
If
it.
I was hitting on you as a little 2-year-old, that means I liked you.
right.
You know,
Right.
if I pushed you off the slide, you're my boyfriend now.
That's it. That's it.
Now you're going to the principal's
You
office.
know?
You're gonna have to stay home.
When
Gotta
you
go
get
see a
detention
therapist.
together, those are
Right.
dates. Like,
Those are dates, right? But
Yeah.
Now you got to go to your
Now
therapist because you got issues.
yeah. So
It's tough. I think because, all right. So listen, I've got a daughter who's a clinical psychologist. She's great at her job. But my dad and I were talking about this a month and a half, 2 months ago, and we're now at a place in time on the timeline of life that says we have to start creating things for people's jobs. There are more. Look, back when we were going to school, more people were graduating with engineering degrees.
mhm.
Now, more and more people are graduating with psychology degrees.
Right.
Really?
Oh,
Agreed.
yep.
Okay.
And now we're creating definitions and terms and things and OSIS and you know what I mean? Because we got to keep people in
Sane,
business.
happy.
We literally
No, not sane happy. Well, take a look at anything from the 60s. Take a look at anything from the 50s. They weren't happy.
No. That's they're making themselves happy because everyone's miserable. You're saying going from being like engineers to being psychologists. Are they trying to, more enthused with trying to figure out their brain than trying to figure out how to make this widget work? Right. I mean, why do you think that is that more people are going into psychology than engineering?
Because we keep making up diagnoses. We keep making things up.
to
right?
create revenue.
Yeah.
It's all like revenue based.
Well, I
You know?
mean,
Everything in this world is revenue
that's why
based.
people go.
And,
That's why
and,
they work.
and to keep people off balance. They go,
Yeah.
there's something wrong with you. You got to go see a therapist.
Let me label you.
Well, and it's also like everybody wants to feel as their own entity. So it's like as soon as you feel as your own entity, then you create a group
Right.
and you create a title. And then it's like, oh, now you're part of X, Y, and Z category. So then in order to be part of that group, you have to do self-care. You have to do this meditation. You have to speak this way. You have to dress this way. Like, why was that even a thing?
Which causes more paranoia, which
Yeah.
causes more. Anyway, Shada, good morning, says, how many people do you let have access to you that have guilted you into maintaining a connection? Do you carry dead weight in your circle? Why?
Ooh.
And this goes right along with you're killing me, man.
Right. Right.
I can tell you this. I can speak this on my behalf, on Kent Jones. I got zero. Look, I ain't got time for fake shit. I ain't got time for fake
Yep.
people. Now,
Agreed.
I'll get text. I'll go, oh, somebody needs something. Well, you know what I mean?
Right.
But they don't run in my circle, nor do it. Yeah, hey, sorry. Hope everything's good. Weird that you text me after 10 years or
But
whatever.
that's how we grew up, though. As you grew up, you communicated, you expressed how you were going to talk to somebody. If you had an issue, you would have a conversation.
Yep.
Right.
Where nowadays we don't
duke
do
it out.
that. Yeah, or
we
duke
duke
it out.
it out, and then afterwards be like, all right, let's go play.
Right.
Listen, I don't carry dead weight. Listen, I ain't got
No,
time.
you don't have
I ain't
time
got
for it.
time for that. Right? I got a lot of people in my life that I love, but none of it's fake because I ain't fake.
I would say when we get older and it might be different for you guys because guys don't mature to like 42. Like we're women, we mature when we're like 25, 26.
42, that's pretty young. It took me till I was 50 to figure it out.
I was going to say, I was probably closer
But
to
like
50.
most of us wanted to be like involved in a group, like feel inclusive all the time.
People want to
Where
be
back
part
in the
of
day, we had dead weight and you had like a bad circle of friends. Your
Yeah.
parents try to tell you your
Oh,
family,
yeah.
but you had to experience it, right?
Yeah.
So now that we're like older, it's in a sense of I'm not carrying that bag unless that's a dead body on my shoulders. But if it's not, I'm not carrying that.
That's
Why?
right.
Well,
Why?
back in the day, you
I'm
wanted,
with
you
you.
know,
What
you
does it
wanted
do
to
for me?
exist to a group, right? You wanted to be
Right.
part of something. And so
Right.
whether that was the good, the bad, or the ugly, whichever ones accepted you, you know, was easier, brought you in, and you do that, right? And
Right.
It
Now
was-
it's just like leave me the hell alone. I'm okay with being a bear and habitating for 6 months.
Hey, my neighbors know they don't see me. I mean, once I see a snowflake, they don't see me till spring. The only good thing about winter is it's basketball season. Hey, Bob,
Very true.
how are you? Bob says, "You're killing me" is used figuratively to express a range of emotions from frustration and exasperation to amusement and overwhelming affection. The exact meaning depends on the context.
right.
Right.
Context and your voice. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yes. And your body language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you do something great, like, oh my God, you're killing me, dude. Like you're knocking it out of the park. It's awesome. Or
Mhm.
But
you're
You're
like, when you
you're
like to
watching a
poke the bear, you
comedian.
look at me, you know,
You're killing me.
it's like, dude, you're killing me. Like, why do you got to do that? You're just messing with my brain now.
Yeah.
Why? Well, sometimes it's to get people off kilter, or like with you and poking the bear, right? When they said you're wanting a response, you're wanting to evoke a response out of them and get potentially a different perspective. And that's me. I do it. I don't call myself poking the bear, but I'm always looking for that different perspective,
Mhm.
right? And sometimes it really rubs people the wrong way,
Correct.
you know, and they'll, you know, you're killing me. It's like, well, no, I'm just really trying to ask you and trying to understand. Like yours is help me understand, right? So that's why I'm doing it.
Listen.
Give me the info.
Listen, I am a Christian. I'll never apologize for being a Christian. And I've got a great relationship with Christ. But you know, to what Shane is saying, you know, do you carry dead weight and go where you're celebrated? Religion's the worst. Right. I mean, look, we all pray to the same God, but because you didn't say Hail Mary, or you didn't, you know, or you're not wearing a skirt, Scott, or what, you know what I mean? There's so much.
Week.
People when we talk about that, man, you're killing me, you know. And then I try to tell them, I'm like, listen, I love God, I love Christ,
Right.
but what you're doing there on a Sunday, I think's fucked up.
To sin.
Right.
To sin.
Right. And then it's like, oh no, you can't say that. You know.
Well, I can. It's my opinion, right? And that,
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you're killing me.
Right.
If we got the same God, why can't you just let me love God the way I want to love God? Why do I gotta kneel and
be an individual, do your
smell,
thing.
smells, and
Yeah.
you know,
But you
whatever.
just hit on it. You said, in my opinion. I've never heard anybody say in my opinion until like the last 6 years.
Really?
We never said that growing up.
Never.
In my opinion, no,
Right.
nobody ever
Well,
said
that-
that. It was
I
just
didn't
you made a
either.
joke.
Right.
You
I
know?
didn't either, but I think
It
that-
came out of my voice.
Right,
That
right,
is my opinion. Why do I now have to
Why-
say in my opinion?
Right.
Why
Let
do we
me
have
go
to have
corner
subtitles?
myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Why
I
we
think
got
it's
subtitles?
kind of like one of these things is prompting you, right? Like
Right.
in my opinion, this is
Right.
kind of what I think. Instead of like you're a fucking idiot, be like,
We
well, in
started,
my opinion,
we
you
started
should
saying my
probably-
opinion so
Yeah.
it didn't offend you.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. Like,
You're
all right,
killing
just
me.
hold on. Let
Killing
me
me.
tell you what I'm thinking, and then there's
Yeah.
like
Right.
instead of just saying exactly how you feel and letting it, let them digest it, and however it comes out, it comes out. But yeah, people today you can offend so easily on
You're
something
killing
simple
me.
like that, right?
You're killing me.
Well, I see that when people.
Oh
do it
no,
well,
hey
too.
Bob, that's Kelsey. She's not a guest. She here. She part of the team now.
Oh yeah, Yeah.
She's a rocker and a roller with the ground. She's getting dirty. She's getting dripped on.
well, we're getting that.
That's
we're,
weird.
Whoa, we're getting that different perspective.
Good morning,
'cause,
Sally.
we think one way. That's actually my dad and mom.
Right.
Oh,
So
So-
I'm
listen,
so sorry, but good morning.
listen.
Oh,
we had to
well, he was on the show.
we had to level up the looks and the intelligence in this room. So that's why.
Wait,
that's
what
why
are you
she's
trying to
here.
tell me?
Yeah, you ugly.
You're killing me, man. Hey, but I love it because the truth does come out from time to time, so that's good.
No, it does.
Yeah.
I hey man, you're killing me. Is I usually say that when somebody's making me laugh hard. right? And when I'm like watching a comedian, I'm like, oh my God, he's killing me, right? Or she's killing me, right? And that's when I'm laughing.
Right. That's more so when I use the term, right? You're killing me.
I don't
like that. Not for like someone doing something wrong. If someone says something stupid to me or whatever, it's not you're killing me. It's like, hey, quit being an asshole. Or,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Listen,
not you're killing me because you keep saying that I'm going to kill you. Not literally, but
go away. You're dumb.
Yeah, go away. Yeah, go away. You're dumb. I'm not wasting my time with you. And like with Shayna's comment, time, right? I don't have time to deal with stupid people.
Thank you. God, these people are killing me. Shayna says one of the more irritating types are the ones walking around looking to take offense just to grab some dopamine.
Very true.
I mean, listen.
Okay, she ain't wrong.
Listen to this. And go on social media. They're all over, right? You're killing me. Like a good friend of mine put a meme out there yesterday was Taylor Swift gave $5 million to South Carolina or Asheville or whatever got beat up by Helene, right? And Whoopi, somebody else, I don't know. I'm just going to say Whoopi Goldberg. That's not who it was, but another famous star gave $1 million or whatever. And then it says an orange billionaire gave nothing. Why would you vote for this person? And I'm like,
come on, really?
I'm like, okay, first of all, this is. And the person who did, I go, you got to know that giving personal money to a state during an election's a big no. So this is just I go, this is kind of out of your box, right? This is a stretch for you just to kind of create hate. And then I quoted Lord Palpatine from the Star Wars movies, where it's like, go ahead, boy, let your anger take over, right? And that it'd be easier to come to the dark side. So I'm like, you're killing me. That's that person that Shane is saying. That's the irritated type. Just like, listen, what you said make absolutely no sense. You're a smart individual. Mm-hmm. You're just out there trying to gaslight,
rubber rousing,
right? And get a reaction. I'm okay with reaction, but not stupid reactions. Right. My reactions is I want to crawl inside your head and I want to see what happens and have a conversation or a back and forth. Right. When I played basketball, I was that guy. I jawed all the time. Hey, if it was
that's part of the game.
Listen, if it was a loose ball, I was kneeing on your hand when I was getting up. That's just who I was, right?
Well, and that is part of the game,
right? Mm-hmm. Because I want to see those reactions. I want, and the refs never see the first one; they always see the second one.
Yeah. Right? They see the retaliation, always.
So I mean that's what I was. But
that's when your coach goes, "Jones, you're killing me. Be the first one."
Yep, and that clipboard breaks.
Yeah, you're killing me when you're just putting stupid shit out there.
Right.
And I know that you know better, right? Because I know who you are.
Right.
And that's where I just want to reach through, social media and slap.
Well, and the thing that really kind of stinks, though, and to your point on that one, is most people probably don't even really think about what you just said. I mean, a president. I mean, think about that one in a way, right? Oh, we're in this election. He's wanting to get elected. This unfortunate thing happens to all these people. Well, let me give him some money. Oh, he's such a good guy. Well, but also at the same time,
he's buying votes.
Trying to buy votes, right?
Well, that's what I said. Neither party.
They're all trying to buy votes, but that's one that would really stick in everyone's face. And if you're an intelligent individual and actually expect to get somewhere, that's not the way to do it. So the guy that made that meme or brought it up or whatever, he's one of the typical 98% idiot. Okay, sorry. Yep, you're right. The person that did it.
Boy, what a sexist. You're killing me, Scott.
Well, I figured something like that would come out of a dude's mouth.
Human.
Well, I figured something like that would come out of a guy's mouth. But regardless, whatever it happened, it's just there's ignorance there. They're not
just busting your balls.
And that's fine.
You're killing me. You can't say that nowadays.
I can because I just did.
But I know, now 20% of the audience is now just analyzing.
No, they're going to get back on and start throwing more at it. That's the thing.
I love what Shayna says. I love any topic where people express themselves and allow me the same. Not regurgitate. Reason, maturity, and search for truth needs to be the starting point. I agree. And that's what I love.
But she said a valid point, like, allow me the same. That's back in our day. We allowed it. Nowadays, we do not. Everybody takes. There's no give. They don't care for what you have to say. That's why, in my opinion. It's like establishing authority over somebody.
Yeah. So
For what?
You think it's authority? I think it's like you say, a way to not offend them and say, like, it's like those people don't mean to offend you, but
right.
but in my opinion, I think it's a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, in my opinion, that shirt looks like shit on
Ricky,
you, right?
Ricky, you can't just say in all due respect.
Yeah.
I don't know
what do I do with my hands?
In all due respect. No, that doesn't say that. You can't say it just because you use that word.
But the phrase is like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It really is. You're killing me. Because like, and half the fact in a joke, when we were joking as siblings, like my brother and I would always battle back and forth because we were like 2.5 years apart. But our battle was more like kickboxing. We'd go out back and like beat each other up, come back in, have a conversation.
Right.
So, but it was one of those where you're killing me. But when I got my joke across was, you're really an idiot at doing this.
Right.
There's always a joke, but there's a meaning to it. Where nowadays everybody analyzes it all the way down. They could write like an essay about the joke. When it's like, no, just look at what we're trying to say here. Like, you're killing me with that outfit. What are you trying to look like, Steve Urkel? If you are, great for you, but
right. I mean,
everyone looks too deep into a lot of things.
Listen,
right.
It's like, and we've said this for years and years and years. And when I say we, it's me and my 7 personalities. Is that people know, right? I mean, it's okay that you're different, right? It's okay that you have cerebral palsy. It's okay that you got autism. It's okay that you're mentally retarded. It's okay. Mm-hmm. People with Down syndrome know they got Down syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's okay. But now we try to include it. Oh, hey, don't say that he got Down syndrome to him. Well, he knows it.
Right. Right.
Hey, she knows it.
Yeah, they're
oh my God, don't call him a midget. No, I know, because they're a dwarf. They're gonna get pissed you call him a midget. Right?
Call him a shorty.
Hey,
be safe.
You got to call them little people. Oh no, I don't. They're midgets. They're crazy.
Well, it depends on the person. If you know them, they don't generally. But
right.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know,
yeah. So what's killing me is the fact that we gotta walk softly around people. Right? Oh my God! Don't tell Scott.
I'm glad.
Don't tell. Hey,
man, I agree.
Hey man, don't tell Scott. He's almost 60.
Right. Well, that's what I thought of when we started talking about that. Right? It's like, you're killing me. Like, why do I need to do that? Why do I need to soften my approach to you? Yeah. Right? Because I am who I am, and people that know me and that I allow into my circle in my life know that genuinely, pretty much everything that comes out of my mouth is really meant with love, right, and respect, and to help. Right? If I want to bust your chops, you know what I mean. You're going to know it. I'm going to do it. Right. But
I mean,
you're abusive.
Hey, listen.
Right. Well, that's the thing, right?
Yes, you're abusive.
I don't like to play around. I don't like to waste time. I just say what it is and I move on. But for me, and that's why I get in a lot of trouble, because now I would never have said, probably 2 years ago, in my opinion. Right. But through listening to people and, trying to not be the complete rebel rouser all the time or defending people, I will do that. And for me, it doesn't feel natural, which sucks. And so for me, it's killing me, because I'm having to change me and my approach to talking to people, right? Mm-hmm. In order not to offend them, when the comment shouldn't offend them anyway, unless there's something internally that, is really ticking and bothering them.
Right.
Right.
I mean, how did Cards Against Humanity become like the world's funniest game?
I can't wait for that episode.
It's great. Right?
I just mean, like, how did that come about? Because we all have so much humor, dry humor,
freakiness,
crazy humor.
We'll
put it,
everybody's a little bit freaky.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Always.
Right.
Yeah. Show it.
Shannon says, "You're killing me" is a mix of recognizing your freak flag and a bit of a warning shot to keep it contained while we share space.
Agreed.
Right.
All right.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, again, it depends on the tonality of it.
Right.
Right.
Right. And the subject.
Or,
the subject.
Hey,
right.
bro, you're killing me here. Man,
right.
And I agree. To me, if we go back there to the way people express themselves and whatnot, I'm in the people business. It's what I do. I build relationships. I do it daily.
And you do a really good job.
Daily.
Just so you guys
right?
know.
And I step over all sorts of lines, HR lines, personal lines, because that's who I am.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wear a different shirt, right? I mean, this is hey, people are like, man, can't you, man, he's such a great guy. Yeah, because
I've never heard anybody say that.
Because I don't give a shit.
Unfortunately, yes, because now we know like 2 of the same people. Right? And I'm like, how the hell do you know that individual?
See?
Because he's like the mayor of Island Lake almost in a sense.
Yeah.
Shout out to Louis Sharp.
Yeah, Louis Sharp's a great guy. Of course,
So-
I go down. I hang out at the barbershop there, and I
Oh.
like too.
Picking up hair off the ground, seeing if he can make a tube out of it or what?
What's
Hey, what are you hanging out at a barbershop
Yeah.
for?
Yeah,
his name?
And that,
but
go ahead.
Steve, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Anyway, so listen, the whole deal is that's who I am, and I get along with a lot of people because I don't change. I don't. My daughter who's a psychologist be like, oh, well, there it was, Dad, right on time. Because I don't change who I am.
Right.
I don't.
Nor should you.
Right.
I don't
Nor
think we
should
change,
you.
but I think we adapt. I don't think we ever
You
lose
might-
ourselves, but we have to I work around 55 people consistently, day
Right.
in and day out. And when corporate comes in, we all know corporate, right? But they teach us to speak to our audience. It's not
Right.
what you say, it's how you say it, right?
Right,
So
yeah.
that's what we were always taught.
Right.
So it's I have to adjust to this new individuals that come into work now based on how they were raised, and I have to be able to speak to them. Sometimes they are very cautious. I literally called this individual yesterday. I was like, I like your hair. It's so pretty. Can you not give me a compliment? You're making me uncomfortable. I apologize. I am so sorry that I made you uncomfortable.
I'd have punched that person right.
Right? Like, wow. I mean, I do find myself tailoring my approach to people, but I don't change who I am inside. I'll change my verbiage. I'll
Right.
try to change my body language and how it, the tonality of my voice. But I think it's coming across one way. And, because I will ask with people and I'll be like, how did that come across? Whatever. And it's just it's not authentic. It's hard for me. Right. And I try to be authentic. And that's what I love about Jonesy is he's just going to be him. He's going to say his shit. Right. And people understand that you either love him or hate him because it's there. Right. And I appreciate that. I want more of that, the authentic people in the world. You are who you are. You're going to do your thing. If you offend somebody and they don't like you, okay, fine. Don't be part of my circle.
Right.
But don't just blast me and do all kinds of crazy shit because you didn't like my approach or my words or my body language, right? Grow a pair, right? You have your choice. We all have choices, who we hang out with, who we talk to, who we let into our brain,
Correct.
right? Who we let rent space, if at all, in our brain, right? So kudos to you for doing that, and for me, I'm working back towards the other point where it's not as, where I'm tailoring stuff. It's just, hey, this is what it is. I don't know what else to tell you. If it bothers you or you don't want to be here or this isn't your thing, I'm sorry. This is me. Enjoy it, right? Well, you're killing. Well, sorry.
See, I don't even apologize.
Well, it depends on the person.
Well, when HR comes in, we do apologize to certain people.
He's an HR nightmare, according to Pete.
I am an HR nightmare.
I
was
learned how to
too,
play
according
that.
to Pete.
Every year in the state of Illinois, you got to take sexual harassment
Mhm.
training.
Yeah.
I go, I'm glad they're teaching me how to do it. It's good.
Yeah, they tell you what not to do. It's like,
I'm like,
note number one.
sexual harassment or sexual arousement. There's a fine line, but it's
yeah, there is.
right. But from a creepy old guy, it's not. But the truth of the matter is I love what Shayna's saying about, hey, you're making me uncomfortable. That scenario would stun her, she said, and then I would have had 10 comebacks before I'm with you.
I was laughing so hard inside, but I had to hold it together. I mean, I'm a manager. I have to.
Yeah, I would have been like, all right, sorry, you look like a pile of horse shit. That better?
Right.
Are you comfortable
Thank you
now?
for your fertilizer.
That's right.
Appreciate
You
you.
comfortable, right? And then I do. I step way over bounds all the time. That's who I am.
Right.
I don't apologize for it. This is me, right? And if it makes you uncomfortable, fucking leave. Turn the channel. Don't listen.
Right.
That's what I say.
Right.
I mean, when I coach women, I coach beautiful, strong, smart, aggressive women that on the basketball court that are going to change the world.
Right.
I'm blessed. They are teaching me a ton. Right. Yeah. But the first time the F word come out of my mouth and they're like, what? They all just got their jaws hit the floor. Like, did he
Can't
just
say foul in
did he just say
basketball
foul?
anymore?
You know what I'm saying? We played last Sunday. And they did some stupid things. And I'm passionate about this sport, right? And so when my passion came out, they looked at me like, oh, whoa, right? I didn't apologize for that. After the game, I'm like, listen, if I come at you hard and you can't take, you got to let me know. because this is just passion. Don't take it personal. If I'm coming at you this way when we're one-on-one in my office, then you got to take that shit personal. Out here on the floor,
Right.
hey, I told them, I'm like, I changed the rules to Candyland because I hated losing to my 3-year-old to Candyland. Right?
As any father.
We make it now Battle Candyland. Man, it's awesome. We have a blast doing it, but I have a chance to win now. I never did, right? I could never get the princess to put me all the way up there, right? But now it's like the game War. You deal out all the cards, and if you land on my color, we switch decks. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, right? Sometimes that's hard for a third-year-old to figure out. But now it's fun, right? We play that.
Because he's winning now.
Yeah, right. He's figured out to put the game to his advantage.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing that you mentioned about your girls, right? If you don't come talk to me. My thing is, in my, I'm not a coach.
They're
with the women. Sorry. But so like you said, you're beautiful, this, that, and the other, right?
Tell them that every day.
Right. So here, check this out. HR Nightmare, number 2, team.
Well, I'm not touching them. You are.
No.
You don't have to touch them physically, but with your voice, you can touch them.
Right. So, but listen to this
Hey.
one. This one really actually did kill me. And I actually said it to my boss. I used to work part-time at Wilmot Mountain, right? Mm. And I basically was the head of customer service. People walking around just making sure you know where you're going, what you're doing, you're happy, right? And the girls inside the main office, because we just had a huge rush. And it gets, people get really irritated when they can't get on the mountain. They got to wait an hour in line, right? So I went in after they got through this rush and they killed it. So I went in like, you ladies are beautiful. You actually killed it. Like, thank you so much. I got pulled into the office. You can't call ladies beautiful. What? What if they don't feel beautiful? I'm like, what? Okay, I'm not doing it to offend them. Like, you guys did a great job. Well, you should have said this. I'm like, no, I'm not going to should anything. Should on you. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was very honest. It wasn't. In my opinion, there you go again. It wasn't meant to grading. It wasn't meant to be negative. It was just thank you for doing a great job.
When that comes out of my mouth in the workspace, I go in the most non-sexually harassing professional way. I'm saying that you're beautiful,
right? And the fact that you would have to preface something like that.
I do it to make fun of HR,
right? But I honestly thought that my boss was busting my chops. And that's why I said, dude, you're killing me. Why am I really in here? He's like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, what?
But try it next time because then they go, oh, because now I can't go to HR because wait, I told them in the most non-sexually harassing professional way.
You're on camera, so let's see. You know what I mean? Right. You're being recorded everywhere now.
I said that.
But the biggest thing is acceptance. Like as much as people want, a male wants to give a female a compliment. Right. If I don't think you're attractive and I don't accept you, I'm going to claim that you're harassing me.
Right.
That's what people do. I had this conversation last night with my friend, and we literally talked 4 hours about it because I'm like, listen, I just dealt with a case, HR was involved, where this female, she did not vocal herself to another male when he was just trying to ask for help. We work in retail, so we work all over each other. Like you could work above me and I'm working underneath you. Some people are going to find that you're in my bubble.
You're offensive. In my space, right.
But if I find you attractive or I like you, that doesn't matter at all. Nobody ever sees that. Hey. Now, if I don't find you attractive and I don't accept you, I'm going to claim that it's uncomfortable and it's harassment. And unfortunately for men, because the way that the world has began, I'm not going to get too deep into some of that.
Right, a guy comes in and says, you make me uncomfortable, like girl pair.
Right. So it's just for females, right? Like females act like we have all this authority where a man can't tell us that we look pretty and not get uncomfortable. He's giving you a compliment. Say thank you. That could make your day. Like, what is so wrong with giving people compliments?
That's usually the intention.
Right.
Right. And for me, I was honestly just seriously impressed because they killed it. Right. And I was happy because it made my job easier because I'm out there trying to keep these people happy. So it's like, thank you. You made my job easier and day goes by faster, when you're busy. So it literally blew me away. I was just like, I didn't even know what to say. I'm like, wow. And my question is, I feel this is something that's obviously been happening more and more, but why the heck are people get so offended so easily these days? I mean, because
you can't do you're killing me jokes.
Right.
But I mean, it seems like, just some of the littlest, simplest things that as us kids, right, would just be like, oh, okay. Now today it's like, what?
You're suspended.
Right. You're suspended. Or, you know what I mean? I'm going to tell my mom or whatever. It's like, everyone's gone. Well, you call it the pussification of America, right?
Big
I
time.
mean, everyone's getting soft, and I don't
Big time.
I mean,
get
we all
that.
came out of one, so
Yeah.
and you either grow some or you don't.
No, you don't.
Right? I mean, you're not wrong, but for me, it's hard. It's like I just want to be me, right? I just want to be an authentic me, do my stuff. I don't mean to ever offend people, and for me, once again, having to adjust and change my style is, I just don't like it. It makes me, not uncomfortable, it's just uneasy, right? Because I'm having to think about what I'm going to say and how you're going to respond to it instead of just saying what I want to say, and then you coming back to me and say, well, this is what I heard, right? And then maybe working back and forth. But you don't get that. These people shut down, they internalize it, and they're like, no, I'm done.
Right. And you have to witness with everything now.
Right.
Like even to have a daily conversation, we have to have witnesses with us.
Yeah.
Because they interpret it this way. I didn't say
Well,
anything.
and that's the funny thing here in America: democracy. Except we pander to the 1% all the time, right? We pander to the minority all the time. Listen, it's okay for you to feel upset. It's okay for you to feel threatened. It's okay for you to feel sad. It's okay for you to feel feelings, but that's part of being a human.
It's part of being a human experience. Yeah, exactly.
Guess what? Figure it out. Get over it. Move forward.
Right.
I mean, it's like, hey, you know, how upset were you when the first time you played Monopoly, you said go directly to jail without pass and go? You're like, fuck. Now you got to hit devils.
I said, damn, I've been to jail, but this is not real life.
Now you got to shoot devils to get out of there. You might sit for 2 or 3 turns while your brother or sister out there just making bank. Right.
Park Place.
That's part of the game, man. Shoots and ladders. How upset were you the first time you hit a shoot? Went back 3 lines. That wasn't good, right? Or miss a turn, skip a turn. You're like, what? Oh man, I was just about there. Right. That's life.
That's just life. That's life. It's just life.
Hey, shit happens, right? I got a friend. He's in his, I'm gonna guess maybe late 30s, early 40s, stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Oof.
Why is that fair?
Right.
Why is that fair?
Life's not fair.
It ain't.
Right.
Right.
The only question you have
they're gonna
is why him?
They're gonna give him chemotherapy. He's got 9 to 12 months to live with chemotherapy. 9 to 12. In his mid to late 30s.
Right.
Why is that fair? It ain't. Get over it. There's nothing he can do.
Right,
nothing he can do.
And pancreatic, that's a death sentence. You might as well just go enjoy yourself.
Right.
So
now he's got a decision to make.
Chemo. Just go.
I mean, he ain't married, right? But now he's got a decision to make. Do I live the last months of my life sick on chemotherapy, or do I live the last parts of my life, the last few months here, may not even see the new year, in pain? Hey, that's hard. That's a
really hard decision.
That's hard, right? But people sit here and go, "Oh, that's not fair." My feelings hurt. Your feelings are hurt. My friends died. Right. Literally.
What does that have to do with you?
Literally
Nothing.
sees the checkered flag.
Right.
The doctors are like, "Here's the checkered flag. It's beyond surgery. Nothing you can do."
Yeah.
Right. So what do I pray for the man? That's it. Right. I pray for peace of mind.
He asks for help or whatever. You do what you can.
Whatever he needs. Right. I told him, I said, whatever you need, I'm
comfy,
there.
right?
I'm there.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of people, when they have stuff like that, I think, I jumped in on you, but when people like that, people start to change their interaction with them instead of still being the same person, right? So now you're treating them differently, not even realizing it, right? He knows it's
Very
the end
true.
is coming, right? So you're going to pitter patter around him. I mean, part of me, if that happens to me, and I granted, God forbid, I hope it doesn't, but I just still want people to be them. Come, we're going to do the same thing. Yeah, I know there's going to be some underlying feelings and stuff, but I would actually say that, dude, you're killing me. Just be you. Like if you come into my house and I'm dying, right? You're not being Kent Jones. It'd be like, why?
Listen, I've had a lot of people close to me die, mentors, Pete. I mean, listen, I got a lot of death going on. So am I scared for it? No, it's part of life. It's part of life, right? When I was in 2nd grade, had a buddy get hit by a semi truck and die, right? I mean, so at that age, you don't really know about it. Back in
he's not here anymore.
1998, I had one of my best friends die in a car accident, got burned up in his car. Couldn't quite understand, right? So I've had a lot of it. I'm not numb to it, but hey, everybody's got a COD, a checkout date, right? Everybody's got that. And it comes. You don't know when it is. He does. He doesn't really know, but I mean, he could close his eyes tonight and never wake up again, right? Because it's cancer.
That's a good question. Would you want to know?
Right?
Would you want to know your checkout date?
It doesn't matter to me, right? I mean, I thank the Lord every time my eyes wake up and my feet hit the ground. I mean,
my question I've asked people in conversation before is, would you change if you knew? And I granted it's a hard one. If you knew your checkout date,
I mean,
would
yeah,
you
you
change
could-
how you live?
Yeah, you could Tim McGraw, live like you were dying, go
Live
ride
like-
a bull, whatever, go
That's a-
skydiving, whatever.
That's a good theory.
The
I mean, that's a good concept.
People do that, but I mean, Og Mandino says, live today like it's your last.
Yeah.
You know,
And
people don't.
Right.
But I mean,
that's how I live.
but
pretty much.
these people who are, and Drew will say it and 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 say it is nobody's ever died from having their feelings hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm
True.
saying?
True.
Right. But in this day and age, you might. You
No,
hurt
you
my
won't.
feelings, I'm going to shoot you.
No, you won't.
Not me. Oh wait,
No, you won't.
not me. But that's
Yeah.
people get offended.
I
way
just
too
got
easily.
I got a text from Steve. He's not gonna make it in.
Okay.
It hurts my feelings.
You're killing me.
You're killing me. You beat me to it. Damn it, Steve. If you're listening, hope you feel better.
Oh no, he's good. He just they got the bar going.
Right.
and
That's what I'm
whatnot.
saying. He's at
Hey,
the bar,
look
he's
at
tired.
Don's in from Tucson, jumping in for a few
All right.
minutes, getting my grounds fixed. Sorry about that. You're killing me. You're killing me, Don. You're killing me.
I was just wondering where he was at.
Yeah. I like that. Shannon's like emotional regulation's a freaking superpower now, right? Dang, it is.
It's always been.
but-
But you can regulate your own brain, you win.
But the hard thing for you, and that you're killing me. But what I always say to you is like, you give two shits about what everybody thinks about you, right? I love everybody and hate everybody equally.
Right.
And that's a weird thing to say. Like I will give you the shirt off my back. I'll give you my house. I'll invite you in. And at the same time, I'll be like, I've had enough, Kelsey. It's time for you to go. Because I
Right.
hate you right now.
Right.
Right. I spent, there were 533 people involved in the murder mystery for the chamber. Right. I spent from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock on point. For Aegis Solutions. We had a booth. Here's who we are. I'm having fun with people. You know how I am. I'm razzing people, just having a blast. They're having a good time at by the end of the day at 5:30, when we knock everything down and I go home, my mother-in-law and father-in-law are there.
Surprise.
My Alice's sisters are there with their family. Right. My mom and dad are there because Ashley had her baby shower that day. Right. I had to work. People the fucked out. I got to go home and still have to be on my A game because and people can see it like, oh, ooh, hey, long day. Ooh, hey, long day. Good to see you. Oh, love you.
I'm going out on a little
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mentally exhausted.
And so that's why I say I love my family. I absolutely love them. I love my sister-in-laws. I love them to death. Their kids, my nieces, I love them to death. But I was peopled out. Right. And it was my father-in-law's birthday, so we were celebrating his birthday all at the same time. Right. But look. Yeah, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I mean, Magic Johnson was my hero growing up. He wore his emotions on his sleeve, right?
Very
So
true.
when I come in, you can read me like a book, like oh,
Yeah, the
Your
energy.
face says it all.
well,
Yeah. right?
Yeah.
And I love spending time. I love giving my energy to people. That's why I have this goofy station. I love giving that energy to people and making people think and loving that. But then I'm like, I'm peopled out. I'll go sit in the woods in my backyard. I don't need to see a soul for the
But
next.
that's how we grew up, though.
Right.
It's like we figured things out on our own. Now it's like, let's get 12 of us together because I can't make this decision on what toilet paper to use when I go to the bathroom. Like
Well,
people
because a
can't
lot-
make decisions
right.
on their own anymore, where we were forced to.
Or it's
My
not
dad
even-
would be like,
right.
figure it out. You got to go build this fence.
Well,
Here's your tools. Go figure it out.
It's not even so much that they can't make their decisions anymore. It's they're wanting input from everybody else to make sure that
What
how
they're
it's going to be
saying.
how it's going to be taken by other people. Kent had mentioned that I'm worried about what everybody else thinks. He's not wrong, but it's not everybody. It's just who's in my circle, right? My family. Like when I do stuff, right? If I'm going to do a project or whatever it is, in the back of my mind, my family comes first. I think about how this could either, how it's going to affect them. Is it going to be adverse, or is it going to be good? What is it? I think about the people in my circle before I do things. Everybody else, I generally don't give a shit, right? I mean, I can't say that I don't from time to time, but it's my inner circle that I do give a shit about, right? Because I want to do right. I want to be that person. I want to be there for you, right?
Yeah.
And so I think about that stuff. So I want to make sure that I don't do something that's going to make other people maybe look at my kids or my wife in a different light, right? And I think everybody, well, I think that's something that should be more of a common thing, right? Family first, right? I mean, some people, God, family, whatever. But for me, it's family first, right? Because that's me. That's my ball. That's my world.
Right.
Right.
I understand. I was just saying to his point when he was mentally exhausted.
Yeah.
Like some people's family nowadays, like, oh, you don't want to talk to me about your day and express everything. It's like, no, I just want to go to my room, shut the lights off and just zone out for a second.
Right.
Where now, like, people would get sensitive with it. Oh, he doesn't want to talk to me. He's upset with me. He's like, no, I just simply need some time alone.
Well, and
And
some
nothing's
people
wrong
might,
with
for
that.
you, like,
Yeah.
because you are
Don,
normally
you're
on
killing
point,
me.
right?
You're
Yeah,
killing
because he is normally on point when he comes in and his energy's down, and they're like, some people might be like, "Ooh, I wonder what I
No,
did."
listen,
I wonder
what
I did,
of-
but he's not going to give me shit today.
One of my favorite comedians of all time is Chris Farley, and Chris Farley said, he always, wherever he was at, he had to be on. Is what he thought. Robin Williams was the same way. That's
Right.
and we know the ends of their stories. But it's hard, right, for a comedian or people to be on all the time. Right.
Mhm.
That's why I say I genuinely I'll give you the shirt off my back. At the same time, I'll rip yours off and tell you to get out.
Right.
Right.
Day and time, place,
you
right?
gotta go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the way it should be,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
There's humans and assholes.
I mean, you can't always be good.
Yeah.
You can't always be
Yeah.
bad. You have to. It's a mix, happy, sad, motivated, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, but what's killing me is everybody is so soft now, right? But,
Agreed.
hey, we grew up and finish this. Fuck them if they can't take a joke,
There you go.
I don't know
Right.
that one.
Yep.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what we said. Fuck them
Right.
if they can't take a joke,
Right.
right? Now it's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Here's
Well, that-
$70 for your deductible to go talk to your therapist.
Here,
Right.
right before you say something big, how much is your therapy?
Yeah, what's your Venmo?
50. You're a
Yeah.
fucking complete moron.
Right?
Get out of my face.
Right.
And that's the thing. I mean, when you go to talk to people, like, once again, why to tailor it? And I just can't do it. It's just people they make me nuts because why do I have to change my world for you because your feelings get hurt too well because you didn't take the time to figure out who you are to shield yourself from it or understand it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I get that these kids today, because of the internet and all this stuff, the cyberbullying and stuff, that they might take it a little bit differently. But back in the day, like, if you weren't razzing your buddy, it's like, dude, what's up?
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? What
Are we
is something
good?
wrong? Are we good? Today they'd be like, why do you hate me so much?
Yeah.
I'm telling my mom
Well,
or my
my
girlfriend.
birthing unit.
Was it
Right. Whatever.
birthing unit?
There is-
I've never
there's-
never heard that one
There is
before.
there is
Hold on.
truth. There
You're
is
killing
truth.
me.
There is truth in every.
You're
every
killing
joke.
me on that one. Birthing units.
I like that. We're keeping that one.
You might get in real trouble. Hey, how are you? Nice birthing unit.
You birthing unit fucker.
That's a t-shirt or a bumper sticker.
That is. And
Don't
you're
mess with the
killing
birthing
me.
unit.
Yeah.
You're killing me.
That's right, Scott. Remember when you walked by someone in need? Don't feel bad for wanting everyone in your space to be well.
Oh, I don't feel bad. I wish a lot of places, a lot more, that people actually cared more about their initial unit first. Because, and I think that's what we're seeing in the world, is that parents, a lot of the kids coming up today, I feel, or in my opinion, right, they didn't give them that.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
100% factual.
Right. Well, it's not that it's not family first. It's you. I mean, you have to take care of you to take care of your family, but it's kind of one of that. That's the game, play back and forth. I mean, you have to be all right. It's like the oxygen mask in a plane. Put yours on, save yourself, help everybody else. But everyone's free for all today, right? For themselves, at least how I see it. And just, you can't explain it. They're, the pussification. It's like, quit being so soft. This is the way it is. Either, don't hang out with me if they don't like it. Well, they'll keep coming back. It's like, well, if this is not your space or you don't like these comments, stay away from me.
You're killing me. Listen.
It's perfect. I love it. See?
Look, there's I want to shoot people's kneecaps off. Hey, it's the oxygen mask. Take care of yourself first.
Fuck all you. Where's the kids? I'm saving the kids.
That's what
They're the ones I got to change,
Hey,
not you.
That's it. Look, every parent's gonna be like, nope, I got my baby. Bam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take care. That's every. It's instinctual,
Right.
right? And everybody uses that now because of the pussification. Make sure you put on your oxygen mask first. Right? I mean, for real, and we all know how I love bumper sticker theology and bumper sticker motivation. I just, you know what? Here's the deal, man. Take care of you. Take care of you. Take care of your family. I don't care how you do it. Just do it. Right. I mean, I've got a daughter who, who works as a social worker, and there's some fucked up people out there. Right. Open her eyes. She's killing it. She loves her job, right? There's some fucked up people out there, Hey,
why she's got a job.
I don't need your stink on me, right? Take care of you and your family, so your stink don't get on me.
Right. And don't blame me for your shortcomings because you didn't take time to plan or do whatever, because that's a big thing today too. Is everyone blame? Oh, it's not my fault. It's da, 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 da. It's like, no, it's not.
Ownership.
Every choice you've made.
What does that mean?
You're killing me.
Right.
Killing me. So true.
Like some of us managers are like, hi, I'm a social work today. My name is Kelsey. I am not your manager. I have to help you get your mental state together before I can teach you to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
This is your name.
Talk
and
for
this
8
is why
hours and then you're clocking out. Thanks for doing work today.
Yep. My 15-year-old, she's like, Dad, do you any of your buddies? I mean, could I get a job? What you need a job for? Right. And she's like, well, I need money. What you need money for? Well, I want to okay.
She wants a big.
I go. You want to? I go. You want to go to work for me? I'll pay you. She's like, no. Right? Because you know why? Because I'll be like, go clean your room, clean the toilet,
right?
Vacuum, dust, mow the lawn. I'll pay you all day.
That's perfect. Nobody does chores anymore.
You want to work? I'll put you to work here. Right. I'll pay you.
Right.
When my two oldest were coming up, I paid them commission. And jobs had value. Hey, are you gonna do the dishes? That's worth $1. You're gonna put them away. That's worth $1. Right. You're gonna go mow the lawn. I'll give you $6.
Right.
I had them fighting over which ones because which ones paid better. Right. It's commission.
Right. And you're teaching them responsibility, and
So that's what I tell Lucy. Right. She's like, oh, she rolls her eyes. She's like, I'm like, oh, really? What do you think? What do you think a 15-year-old's gonna do anywhere? I go, you're gonna mop the floor, you're gonna clean the bathroom, you're gonna take the garbage out. You're young, you're little, right? I mean, she's not a little girl. I mean, she's 5'8",
you're
5'9".
Young. You're
right?
young, not little.
Right. But that's what I say. You're low on the totem pole.
Right.
And you ain't even supposed to. So guess what? You're gonna get shit jobs.
Well,
and looked at me, I go, so hey, if you want to work, I'll put you to work.
Well, and that's the parenting again today, right? I mean, chores. I mean, Christ Almighty, we couldn't do anything until whatever chores they had given us, right? I mean, my parents were pretty good with that, and my chores I actually really enjoyed, cutting grass and stuff like that because I like instant gratification. But a lot of kids don't do these days, do chores these days. My kids growing up, you know what?
Taught them how to trim.
Mom and I supply this house for you and your beds. We make food. When we make that food, those dishes, because we didn't have a dishwasher. We did. His name was Zachary or me if no one was home. But hey, dishes, you walk by, you do them. There's laundry, that needs folding. You fold it. I don't care. My daughter, it's not mine. I don't care.
It's respect.
I fold yours too. If there's a laundry basket that needs to be done in our house, you just pick up and do. Right. And it taught them responsibility. These kids, like you're saying, it's like no responsibility. I don't need to do chores. So they don't have, and it also doesn't build them. When you do stuff like that, you get a good feeling, right? Because you're doing something, you're making a difference, and you get money, which is nice. You can go to buy some candy or whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't see that happening today. I see parents just going, well, you don't need to do chores, but I'll pay for the cell phone for you to sit on there and get bullied or, stare at whatever you're staring at.
Right.
And then the kids are upset, be like, I get nothing. And like, what do you mean? You got a house, you got a roof over your head.
Right.
You have clothes. You might not like them, but you got clothes.
First of all, you killed me.
Right.
I hate when parents do that. Like, you're going to put your kid out. Don't fucking give me that. Oh, we give you these clothes. We bought you clothes and you gave a bed. You got a nice bed, don't you? There's kids in Africa that sleep on the ground next to a boa constrictor in the dirt.
I don't go that far, but hey, look, it's not free. We need, helping is helping. If I need to do what I do, you pick up the end of the slack.
My kids would look right at me and go, well, then you should have put a condom on, Dad. And I should.
That's what my sister said.
Are you serious?
Hell yeah. Don't give me that bullshit. You have kids because you wanted kids.
All right, go to your room next week.
You didn't think this one through, did you, old man? Get the.
We're like, what? Were we a mistake? Or you just had a good time? I don't know.
Peel me a grape.
I never whacked my kids, but they said some shit like that out.
Oh, I beat my kids. I spank my kids all the time.
Yeah.
It wasn't killing me.
that my kid
I
said
got
something
good
to me.
kids.
That's so no.
But
That
I
wouldn't
got
fly in my
I got
house.
good kids.
I mean, to both
Should've
of your
worn, I mean,
points.
in a joking manner, it's funny. You should have worn a condom, but once again, it's the attitude behind it. I'd be like, "What did you like? Do you really just say?"
Yeah, but what are you trying to do? You're
Right.
killing me. Hey, listen, did you eat yesterday? Hey, do
Did you shower? Yeah.
That food ain't free. That water ain't free, man.
Hey.
That food ain't free. That water ain't free.
You doing the same thing to them, and you're like, if they would have come at me that way, you say, I would have backhanded them in the last
I'd have
week.
Fred
I tell
Sanford
you,
them.
hey, when they stop rolling their clothes, it'd been out of style.
Right. Hey, I'm not going to apologize for anything because I raised some great kids. My kids are wonderful.
Yeah, you
They're
got
good
great kids. You
And
do.
you know what?
Yeah.
I learned on the fly.
Oh, well,
I mean, I learned on the fly like a lot of people, and I think I did it pretty damn good. I didn't do perfect, but I did the best I could. And
you got good
the way that and that's the only way I knew how to communicate with them, right? Is kind of a hard knock type of thing. Hey, you got a roof over your head. Celebrate it. You're not sleeping in the yard.
I would tell my grandson, I'd be like, your parents ever pull that card on you? I said, good, I'll go live with grandpa. He ain't gonna make me feel guilty about being part of the family.
It's not about guilt. It's about putting in It's about putting in. It's sharing the effort, responsibility.
Because he's gonna have a handicap. I was talking to my wife and my mother.
Wait, your wife?
Yeah, I was talking to my wife and my mother, and because I'm not gonna bring up her name, but I was like, listen, hey, I'm gonna teach that little boy. He's gonna have a handicap. I would be like, hey, if you want to get out of school, just say,
my God,
take your leg off. Right? She's like, you would not. I go, oh yeah, I will. Hey, you don't want to take that test?
I can definitely say you're killing me on that one. Like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Use your handicap to your advantage.
That's it.
Be like the rest of America.
I don't understand.
I
don't understand what you're saying, teacher. I got a left leg.
Yeah, my left leg ain't working. My brain don't work now. Government needs to give me money.
That's the logical part.
So I can get a bedazzled leg.
Well, that's what I'm saying. By the time he's in high school, he'll have a Tesla leg or something. It'll be cool.
Probably will.
And he'll be the talk of the town at that point. But you see him kick a 150-yard field goal,
1 mile field goal. What the hell was that? That was the new X model.
Remember that one where you hit the head and they kick the field goal?
Yes. Yeah.
He'll push a button, his leg will just go zing.
Yeah.
That's bad.
The coach would have it on a phone on his app.
But the best thing is, so it's like, because now I can make fun of handicapped people because I got one. I'll have one.
But you always could, but now you feel like you have the right.
Yeah.
Because you have one in your family.
Absolutely.
See, I don't think that gives you the right, though.
Honey, because it's not him. But.
Well, it's not him, and just because you have somebody in your family like that, why do you have the right to do it? I mean, you might feel more comfortable because you totally understand the situation, but for other people, they'd be like, what?
Yeah, I didn't.
Like, why would you say that shit?
Wife?
I didn't
say
No, yeah, because I always call her Alice. I do.
Well, he gave me shit last week. Like, how do you introduce Deidre? Oh, this is my wife, Deidre. He's like, well, you don't own her. I'm like,
right, but I started with my mother.
Yes, I do.
But I started with my mother.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't own her. I don't own K either. Right. She goes by K. I don't own K either. But that's why I rolled with my wife, because I was talking about the two most prominent ladies in my life. So.
Well, when you said that, that's the first comment that came to my name is, you're killing me. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? So I went to my wife. I said, honestly, I want to know your feelings on this one. Yeah. Do you feel it's derogatory statement when I say, this is my wife, Deidre? She's like, how could I find that derogatory?
No.
And I told her what you said, and she's like, oh, he's nuts. I love him, but he's nuts. And then I'm like, I get what you were saying. And then context,
this is my slave.
This is my wife.
This is my slave.
How do you know?
I'm just saying.
I don't introduce her as my slave.
No, I'm just saying, back in the day when slave owners had slaves,
right?
This is my slave. This is
my
dog.
Right.
Ownership. This is my cat.
Ownership.
This is my car.
All right.
This is my wife.
This is my kid.
Interesting.
This
Depends
is my
on
kid.
how you respect that ownership.
Right. Well, when someone comes up to you, this is my kid, right? This is my kid. This is Ashley. This is my kid, Ashley. She's a psychologist. This is my daughter. That's the same type of thing.
Yeah.
Granted, it's in the context and the tonality, right?
For a lot of her life, I did own her. I mean, to your point, you're just saying, right? Hey, free house, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I guess you could look at it from that. I own you. Clean your room.
You're not paying anything for dinner.
Yeah.
How dare you shove your clothes underneath your mother's bed? You're killing me.
Right, she's got my DNA. Alice doesn't.
Then she'll do well in the world.
I mean, just that's it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She's got my DNA. Right? Jack will have my DNA in there
Right.
somewhere. Tangled
Somewhere.
in there. Yeah.
Well,
But to your point about
he-
like chores and stuff like
Yeah.
that, that's what kids are missing now. Like I see all generations. I got 60-year-olds, 40-year-olds, and 16 and 20-year-olds. And like everything is take.
Yep.
It's not when I get up in the morning, I don't have a structured routine. Like my child is 3.5 and Xavier sits on a 6-year-old spectrum because of how smart he is.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that's crazy because back in the day, that's an average 3-year-old. You know, he can speak, he does laundry with me, he cooks with me, he gets up and he showers, he knows he has to brush his teeth, then he eats and then he brushes again. We always got taught to brush in the morning because nobody wants to talk with that breath.
The yuck mouth.
So it's just like my grandma always instilled us like that is respect. If I'm going to live underneath your household, how do I contribute? That's respect.
Right.
Where now if you even ask that of somebody, they're looking at you like, why do I have to do this? And why do I? It's like, it should have been instilled in you when you got out of the womb. Like 100%.
Right. And Shannon says if you don't have a problem introducing a business partner, the wife thing makes no sense. I don't say this is if I say business partner, it's because today if I say we're partners, it means something different. But it's always, hey, this is Drew. He's one of the owners here.
Right.
I don't call him a
Or
business
this is
partner.
Drew. He's one of the partners in the business or whatever.
Right. I don't call him my business partner. If I introduce him, this is Drew Casaccio, right? This is Mike Krejci. They're owners in 216 Creator Studios. That's how I do it, right? When you talk about same thing with Deidre, probably, hey, this is Deidre. She's part owner in whatever. When you're out, she's also my wife or whatever. I would
Well, yeah, depending on circumstance and place,
depending
right?
where you're at,
right. But it's never meant derogatorily,
right? But
and the fact that some people would take it that way for me, just like, what, really?
Yeah.
I mean, my boyfriend is like, did I give you permission? Like right in front of people. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. My bad. Do your
I give you
ownership.
permission?
Right.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So you identify a connection with you. Yeah, because most people know that I'm an owner here at 216 Creator Studios.
Right.
Right?
And you should be proud of that.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with telling that.
What I am is I'm a son, I'm a brother, I'm a husband, right? I mean, if you go through that,
Right.
I'm a father,
Your dad,
right?
Yeah.
But I didn't have to be a husband. So Alice and I are married, right? But as I go through it, that's there are things. When I say I am, there are things that I don't have control over. I'm a son, I'm a brother, right? I'm a father. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, you could have worn a condom and had control.
Could have had control over that, right? Right. So yeah, there's all that. But that you're killing me. Y'all are killing me right now with these semantics, but y'all killing me.
But you're gonna look
It's just where I sit. That's the space. That's the
Right.
space that I sit in.
And hopefully when we talk about stuff like this, the whole idea behind the show is to make people think, right? Look at things from a different perspective. You're not always right? I mean, I learned more and come up, have way different perspectives that I would never get in a normal setting, right?
True.
And that's the thing. It's just letting people look at things from a different perspective and make their choice whether to do it or not and reevaluate.
Right
on. Right. It's funny because my thing is I was telling Kent yesterday, I wanted to end the show with this song called Work Hard and Be Nice to People. Right. And that is the thing. It's like just basically be you, be yourself, be your family, work hard, right? Love and be nice to people because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what's happening. Sure. And you have no reason to be an asshole to them as a general rule. Obviously, there's people you do, but just, go out there. Like I always say at the end of the show, be the change you want to see in the world, right? I mean, work hard, be nice to people, enjoy. Just don't overcomplicate shit. This whole world is so overcomplicated right now.
Shayna says, have fun weekend. Thanks for entertaining me. Listen, Shayna,
we love you,
every
Shayna.
Friday morning, this is like walking by the monkey house at the zoo. We might be throwing some shit.
Can I read the banana?
We want to entertain you. That's for sure.
Whoa.
Hey,
no, I'm not even going there.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
The
my
banana
brain
split.
just went.
Never mind. But listen, next week here on the grounds, then and now, it ain't the same. Then
amen to that one.
And now it ain't the same. Right. We're going to be talking about the differences between maybe the mid to late 1900s all the way up through current age today. And it's funny when somebody's like, hey, 30 years ago, when you want to go back to the 1970s. But that's really now almost to year 2000. So you're in the 1990s, 30 years ago, which is crazy. Then and now, it ain't the same. Today, here's another great one, Scott, you're going to want to tune in for at 3 p.m. In the Know with Steph and Joe, talking about self-improvement.
Big fan of that one.
And there's some questions there. Is it worth it? How do you do it? And can you call it self-help if somebody else wrote the book? I don't know.
I wish I didn't have clients this afternoon. I'd love to stop in on that.
And it is a good song that Scott was mentioning. The real issue is not that we didn't want to play it, is I didn't have enough time to check to see if we are covered on our ASCAP
I didn't
license.
think about that one
because just been very busy. So we'll try to get it and bring it in maybe next week if we can get the clearance for the ASCAP. So
yeah, that'd be great. And if you guys just look it up. It's Work Hard and Be Nice to People. I can't think it's John something. It's just a great song. It just really tells you. It's a very simple message, but it's a message that if everyone heeded, the world, I feel, would be a much better place.
Yeah. No, it's a really good song.
So we'll check with that and we'll play it next week.
Pretty mellow vibe. Who is it? Work Hard and Be Nice. Michael Franti and Spearhead.
Oh wow, I was totally off, John.
Michael Franti, Franti, and Spearhead. Very good.
Yeah. Great song. Guys, thank you so much. We love the fact that you take your Fridays and come in and listen to us just talk about some crazy stuff, because that's what it's about. Just talk about it, right? I mean, 216 Creator Studios, we're here. We're out there. We want to help people grow, change the world one person at a time, one day at a time, one thing at a time. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure you tell everybody out there about us. Like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Thank you again. I can't say, Spotify. Yeah, we're all out there now. We're really getting out there, and I can't just thank you guys enough. I am really blessed to actually be here and be able to do this.
Dude, we're
with you
9
guys.
minutes over. You're killing me.
That's okay.
Have a great day.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Scott. We'll see you next week.